The young Aztec prince Yohu is surrounded by 100 feet burning fire and chased by a raging bull. Suddenly, the bat spirit attacks the bull and holds it while Yohu runs away. And just then, Yohu wakes up in his room from another nightmare. The chief Toltecatzin, Yohu's father, asks about his continued nightmares while praying to their bat god, the great almighty Tzinacan. The chief warns Yohu about his training as the boy runs off into the village buzzing with morning activity. The Aztec village on the shores of the Gulf of Mexico is peaceful, joyful, and the people are happy and healthy as Yohu runs through and dances with them. Yohu joins the daily martial arts training under the war leader, but soon stopped by his father, as he is not living up to the standards of a future king. Chief Toltecatzin talks to his son Yohualli about becoming king one day and taking care of his own people, and that's when they see them on the horizon. Mountains carried by white clouds of the sky, as an armada of ships from the other side of the world lands on their shores, much to the surprise of their simple people. The young, immature son thinks they are being visited by gods. Captain Hernán Cortés, sailing under the royal flag, sets foot on the Aztec lands and greets the local chief and his people. Captain Cortés claims he is running low on supplies, and the local chief invites the captain and his crew to dine with them in their village as guests. While the guests are eating and drinking merrily, the local chief and his war leaders watch on carefully. Noticing the growing tension, Captain Cortés shows them some of the brilliant inventions, artwork from his homelands. The real spectacle happens when Cortés shows them how to fire a gun, which he calls the Thunder of Gods, to the amazement of everyone. But the pleasantries are cut short as the chief orders his son to leave for the night as Cortés bids farewell to the hosts. That night, just before going to sleep, all Yohu can think about is Cortés and his men with their wonderful weapons and shining armor. Deep into the night, Yohu suddenly wakes up from his sleep and runs outside to witness a commotion at the village center. Captain Cortés and his men have arrived on horseback to meet with the chief, but they do not look peaceful at all. Cortés wants to reach the Aztec capital city of Tenochtitlan, and he wants young Prince Yohu to guide them to their Sun King. The chief is against this idea and wants to come up with another solution. That's when Pedro, second in command for Cortés, removes his helmet, showing off his blonde hair, to which the people think that he is a living god. But when people try to get closer to Pedro and touch him, he panics and shoots an innocent villager, sending the king into a frenzy, and he shouts at Cortés and his men. But Cortés is too quick, as he cuts the throat of the chief as they take off. Yohu is devastated and angry at the same time. He holds his dead father in his arms as Cortés and his men gives chase to him. They manage to injure his left shoulder with a bullet as he tries his best to take cover and run away from the invaders. This is exactly what Yohu saw in his nightmare, as the raging bull gave chase to him as the bat spirit was trying to intervene. At the end, Yohu falls down into a deep pond unconscious. Once again, Yohu has his nightmares, and when he wakes up, seems like he has been treated and patched up on his wound, and there's a strange lady whispering to a tree outside. The forest ivy. She knows all about him, but doesn't give him straight answers. She leads him to a secret cave and disappears just like that. Yohu finds an ancient shrine kept for the bat god Tzinacan, and gets mad at the god once again for abandoning his father and his whole village. Yohu has to take cover from an incoming flock of bats, and he ends up on the riverbanks of the secret capital city of Tenochtitlan. Yohu walks into the city and onto their city house, where he is met with their longtime friend Akatzin. The next day, Akatzin accompanies the young Yohualli to the Sun King's court. As their presence is announced, both the High Priest Yoku and the High King of Tenochtitlan, Moctezuma, questions on the attack by Captain Cortés on Chief Toltecatzin and his people. The king orders to be patient and vigilant. Yohu is furious and wants his loyal friend Akatzin to train him into a skillful warrior. So begins the days of training for the young chieftain Yohualli, as he grinds through endless days of duels, weightlifting, running, and battle skills. Days go by as Yohu trains. The high priest Yoku offers sacrifices after consulting a sacred ancient spirit. Meanwhile, Captain Cortés manages to bribe another Aztec clan for directions to Tenochtitlan As time goes by, Yohu becomes so skilled in combat, he manages to impress the Sun King Moctezuma and become the war leader for the kingdom. Soon, when Captain Hernán Cortés and his army arrived at the gate of the capital city Tenochtitlan, King Moctezuma greets them warmly and invites them, but tells his war leaders to be prepared for anything at any time, no matter his decision. Inside the royal court, King Moctezuma welcomes Captain Cortés, but just then, they see a comet in the sky, putting the whole court proceedings into mayhem as the king and the citizens panic, expecting the end of time. Even the high priest Yoka is speechless. Akatsin continues his prayers to their beloved bat god, asking for protection for his people in these dark times, but Yohu has something else on his mind. He wants to follow Cortés at night and see what he is up to. Akatsin greatly opposes it, but agrees on one condition: Yohu has to wear a masking costume. That night, when Cortés and his men are roaming the city streets, they run into Yohu dressed as the Jaguar spirit. Yohu takes them down one by one as Pedro tries to slash him off for good, but Cortés wants to see more of him. Cortés engages with Yohu one-on-one, and Yohu nearly gets killed in the fight, if not for the sudden attack by the Jaguar Woman. Cortés screams in anger and pain as he loses half of his face, and others try to catch the two fighters, but with no luck. The Jaguar Woman is extremely skilled in her battle moves, and Yohu escapes with help. Cortés has his face ripped off right from the bone, and the doctor is unable to cure him well. Pedro and others suggest going back home, but Cortés has other ideas, as he has already ordered to burn their own fleet, as he needs all his men focused on conquering the Aztec kingdom. Yohu is determined to learn the secrets of the pale white invaders, and Akatsin suggests asking help from the infamous Jaguar Woman. The next night, Yohu tries to sneak up on the Jaguar Woman, but she is well trained on her tiptoes as she goes behind him and attacks. Somehow, Yohu manages to calm her down, and after apologizing for his unkind words, she agrees to help his course. The duo sneaks up on the barge where Cortés has his men stationed, and while Jaguar Woman keeps a lookout, Yohu manages to acquire all the materials he needs, and they sneak out past the guards in a jiff. The next day, along with his loyal subject Akatsin, Yohu goes into the thick jungle, and they reach the ancient shrine for the bat god Tzinacan. They set up camp in the shrine as Yohu learns the new arts of combat, machinery, and master the weapons of the pale white invaders under the shadow of the bat. Once again, the forest ivy appears to Yohu and speaks to him in riddles, which angers Yohu as he wakes up from his dreams. The Sun King Moctezuma has had enough of his high priest Yohu and his antics for more and more sacrifices, and the king banishes him to the mountains. Yohu decides to ambush a cart carrying wood for Cortés and manages to pull it off somehow with his all-new weapons he created from scratch. Captain Cortés is greatly angered by yet another bat warrior attack on his men, but seems like his time at the Aztec Empire has come to an end, as the King of Cuba, under orders of the Castilla, has ordered his immediate return, but Cortés has other plans on his mind. That night, when Cortés and his men are piling their wood and supplies, the bat warrior attacks. Taking advantage under the cover of the night, he takes down many loaded carts as he bombs them with gunpowder. Cortés goes straight into battle with the bat warrior, but he is cut twice in his armor. Yohu takes off before being targeted by Pedro. Cortés, being the low-life, two-faced half-human he is, kills Diego, the king's messenger, and puts it on the bat warrior. The next day at the Sun King's court, Captain Cortés complains about the ambush by the criminal bat warrior and requests for safety from the Sun King himself. The king assures no harm, and when Yohu volunteers to aid Cortés and his men to see off their mission, the king happily agrees. But on the way out of the royal court, the king and his royal guard is taken under arrest by Cortés and his men secretly. Yohu and Cortés walk through the streets of the Sun Kingdom while having a chat about their incursions into foreign lands and its merits. It's quite tense as Yohu disagrees openly with Cortés. Meanwhile, the banished priest Yoku returns home to his mother and siblings, dejected and defeated. Although the family is happy to see him, Yoku has something else boiling in his mind, controlled by an old god. Unfortunately, Deceived by the olden god, Yoku sacrifices his entire family, including his mother and siblings, in the name of the ancient god. When he realizes his mistake, it's all too late. Driven mad by his loss, Yoku rubs the white ashes of his own mother on his face, rubs his own blood around his mouth, and smiles like a joker. Insanity is his only bliss, it seems. Captain Cortés and some of his men are traversing the thick jungle when the Bat Warrior attacks the group. It seems like they were ready for him, as he gets trapped as soon as he lands behind them. The Bat Warrior is very advanced, equipped with his new weapons. He escapes easily and knocks down most of the soldiers. It's only when Cortés reveals his true plan, the Bat Warrior Yohu decides to hurry back to the king on horseback. Meanwhile, Pedro and his henchmen massacre the citizens gathered at the city temple for the blood sacrifice. Soon, they take the Sun King Moctezuma under arrest as he watches over the horror which has unleashed upon his people. The returning Bat Warrior Yohu is in shock at the loss of lives of his people as he escapes the firing soldiers of Cortés. The next day, Cortés and Pedro have the Sun King threatened with life and orders the Aztec people to bring all their gold as ransom. Soon, Yohu plots with the Katzin on getting the king released, and the king's guard is on his side to fight for his people. Seems like the Jaguar Woman has overheard the plan as well, as she pays a visit to Yohu at the Tzinacan ruins to bid farewell. Later that day, the Bat Warrior Yohualli appears to the Sun King Moctezuma as the Bat God Tzinacan and releases him from his prison, ordering him to ask his men to fight back. When Moctezuma addresses his people for a fight back, he gets killed by the insane Joker priest Yuko, as his fear was the reason for the death of his empire alongside him. Nevertheless, the Bat God Tzinacan is here in the body as Yohualli. He orders his royal guards to gather their warriors and prepare for battle, as never again shall anyone set foot on these sacred halls and sit on the sacred throne. A Katzin brings weapons which were made by Yohu earlier, and the royal guard get ready with them. The great battle for the ancient halls of Tenochtitlán begins with the war cry of their future king and protector Yohualli, the Bat God. The fight is intense, and Yohualli goes after Cortés the Two-Face from the beginning. Pedro orders the soldiers to fire the cannons, but the Jaguar Woman comes at the very last minute to stop and destroy the cannons. While fighting it out with the Two-Faced Cortés, Yohu gets pierced in the gut with his sword, and as he watches on, the unthinkable happens. Full-blown cannon shots fired from the uphill forest towards the city temples, destroying them in a single blow. Cortés has been building a battleship under the cover of the forest, and now they are ready to flatten the whole city. Yohualli gets up with the help of the Jaguar Woman and a Katzin. They have a plan. At the top of the Aztec temple, Yohualli is ready with the bat-shaped flying machine he built himself using the Spaniards' manuscripts. The Jaguar Woman gives him a kiss for good luck as he takes off, and by the power of the true gods, Yohualli will not fail. People cheer at the sight of their savior, the Bat God Tzinacan. He drops the gunpowder bombs on the ship while taking some fire back as well. Although he is greatly injured in the process, Yohualli succeeds and destroys the battleship, much to the horror of Cortés and his soldiers. He then rounds back once again to take down the firing soldiers, and, inspired by the brilliance of their leader and god, the royal guards and warriors attack the enemy with newfound strength. Cortés is trying his level best to finish off Yohualli, and Pedro trying his best to protect the gold carts from the Aztec warriors. At that very moment, the forest ivy emerges through the river water and takes in the gold carts, soldiers, and Pedro, the greedy mongrel of a human being. It was just seconds before Yohualli could end the forsaken life of the two-faced Cortés, but unfortunately, one of his soldiers had the cowardice to shoot the great warrior from afar, allowing Cortés to escape with his life. The comet disappeared from the sky. People of Tenochtitlan cheered and cried with joy for the good fortune and the victory over the pale white unholy enemy. But Yohualli, the god-sent protector of the Aztec lands, spoke his very last words, holding the hands of the Jaguar Woman, while his loyal friend crying rivers of tears. They lost their hero. They lost their brave young leader. The warriors carried their chief to his final resting place upon the feet of the ancient bat god Tzinacan. Now rest in peace, Yohualli Coatl, young shadow of the chief Tenochtitlán, Tzinacan's chosen one and sacred bat protector. Rest in peace. Valhalla awaits you. The two of them take their leave at the end, but Catwoman doesn't believe the evil has ended. Soon, deep within the ancient ruins of the Temple of Tzinacan, the Bat God is awakened. Long live the free world. Long live justice. Thank you for watching Second Look. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a nice day.